For June 1st, it still doesn't go till 2 anymore, it's only,
What's that?
so even after June 1st, you guys still have
Well,
to
right,
shut down?
as of right now, we're only allowed till 12:30. And even if that changes before then, I'm not gonna change my music hours,
Sure.
I'm gonna keep it from 8 to midnight, because we do the food at 6 and
Yep.
it gives us more time to clean up, get people out of there.
Okay.
That and two, probably wouldn't hurt, we could probably use our little, traffic cones or whatever on the side, just something.
Yeah, if we could
brighter.
borrow some, we've got 2 or 3, but or even if you guys let us close off the whole thing, we'd borrow that little roadblock.
Yeah, that would
thing, yeah.
perfectly, something a
Yeah,
little
the
bit more
barrier.
visible.
Because it gets kind of congested at the back anyway, people try to drive through and it's narrow and somebody ends up getting run into and it just, there's plenty of parking up and down Main Street and the side street and around back or whatever.
I make a motion, we approve the special events application for the pig roast.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the special events permit for the pig roast for the Two Bear. Any comments?
Does that mean open container outside the patio where we rope it off?
Are there any comments? Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor? Motion passed. Okay, Diane, you're
All
good to
right,
go.
thank you guys very much.
And welcome.
The girls at the coffee shop have been thorough.
Yeah, they have.
No problem with this application, very simple.
Okay, and we have, does this have anything to do with the, this is just the transportation for the signs and whatnot for the kiosk, is that what we're looking at?
That's, yeah, that's
Okay.
just where
So
they
the highway
had,
department is, they're sending, okay,
yeah,
and approving that, and they have the right of way, and they've already located the highway department as far as that goes, and, okay.
so, yeah, it's just
Within
basically
45 minutes, yeah,
what the last meeting was, is that
okay,
they had contingencies to approve that with making sure that everything was done by regulations on the
Right.
DOT and stuff, and where the location was going to be.
right, and so the, looks like the DOT says it's okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, next on the agenda is zoning for Tim and Tracy Taft. They would like to put, install a door to the outside from the basement and install a 12 by 22 deck on the back of their house. Tim did go look at it, I drove by and looked at it, they're within the setbacks. Tim is not here tonight, so I can't have him speak for it, but,
It's well within everything.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve.
The second time.
okay, so I have a motion to approve, Tim and Tracy, zoning permit, Tim and Tracy Taft's zoning permit. And a second, is there any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed. You guys are good to go. That's quite a little drawing there. Very good.
I was gonna say, that's well done.
Yes. We also have a zoning application for Katie Struthers, 123 Montana Avenue. Nate is familiar with the property. They want to add one-room addition on the back of their existing house.
Yeah, everything keeps them right with what they're at, so I don't see anything wrong with it.
That 15 feet is within.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second to approve the permit. Do we have any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Looks like you just got more work to do.
Oh,
You
it's
guys have done
growing
a,
all
you guys
the
have done a
time.
great job on the place, so it looks sharp.
Okay, thank you. And Cheryl Cox,
Oh, that's the late edition?
409 East River Street, 7 by 12 covered porch with railings and stairs. And she does have a very good drawing there.
Mhm.
Did your kid do that for you? Or did your
No, I
husband? Did you? Oh, you're doing very good.
Make a motion to approve.
And I'll second that one as well.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. Any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All
Thank you.
opposed?
Thanks.
You're good to
Thank
go,
you.
Cheryl.
Thank you.
Did you get any water up in your, back of your property when the river was up a little
No.
bit? No?
Nope.
I was checking around and I noticed that Loftus has got a little bit on the backside of their property. I was just checking our infrastructure to make sure we weren't. So. Okay, in the correspondence, we talked about that, is the draft of the audit findings. And those will be available, the council has copies, and they will be available for public viewing in the office. It will stay in the office, you can come in before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, any day of the week to look over the audit, and then we can have those comments at the next, when we have our auditors here to go over it with us. Okay, so any public comment for items that are not on the agenda?
I wanted to mention that, if you guys are gonna do any spraying for those goat heads?
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
say that again,
Are you gonna
Elton?
do some spraying for those goat
I
heads?
think that's
Yeah,
already been done.
They've already sprayed.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's that corner there across from the tennis courts.
Mm-hmm.
It's where Orpha has her little, she says there's a bunch of them need to be sprayed there, and I don't know if anybody sprayed there or not, but she
Is
said,
it city property?
yeah, I'm sure it would
easement,
be,
or-
I'm sure it would be, right there where that sign is at.
Okay,
Where the-
we'll look.
where
I
the
think,
city
I think
sign
that,
is.
I think that Jeremy and those guys have sprayed, but,
Sprayed
we'll
that.
take a look at it and see.
That's a problem area for the last 50 years.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Are you talking by where her garden is and where the shop is, or the gravel in front of the tennis courts?
Well, no, yeah, no, it's there on her corner, but it's right where that road sign is at.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
sure.
where the street sign is at.
yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
well-
she mentioned that,
Yeah, well,
and if it's allowed to grow there, of course, it's a problem later on.
Mhm.
well, we'll go down and I'll have Jeremy and Jay go down and take a look at it, and, we'll do what we can, spray it, try to dig a little bit, most of it up first, and bag it, and then we'll spray it. That's the only way I've found to get rid of them, is to dig them up first and then spray.
Yeah, if you wait till this time of year, if you catch them early, you
Yeah.
can get them.
Well, I cleaned up that whole alleyway between Tim's house and the next house over, Shane's
Yeah.
house. I cleaned that goat heads out of that whole alleyway about 3 years ago, and we haven't had any.
Brenda used to have a ton of them in front of her
I
house.
cleaned some out of her house too,
Garage
Yeah.
area.
in that dirt area there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went over and dug up a bunch of them, while she was doing other things, and I just carry a bag of diggers and my clippers with me when I walk downtown, because they
I
used to
asked
be all
Jeremy
over.
about that, and he said that they had come in and sprayed really well, maybe better than usual
Yeah,
this year.
they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm almost certain they probably didn't go into her property and start spraying, even though there
Well,
are
if
street
it's in her
signs there.
property, it's not really our
Like,
responsibility.
I'm guessing it's, well, unless that's our
If it's
easement,
by
I
the,
guess
if
our
it's by the
boulevard.
sign there, we can take a look at it and see, what's going on with it.
But Yeah, whatever product they use is impressive
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Any other comments? Tammy?
I was going through some minutes, and in 2018, there's a deal on the sale of proceeds from the barley field discussion held. Nottingham stated he would like to see these funds go into a restricted fund. Attorney Freeman said this would need to be done with a resolution. Motion by Nottingham, seconded by Perkins, to place the proceeds for sale of barley fund into a restricted account, and it was approved unanimously.
Okay, and your question is?
And no resolution happened. And 6 months later, the money was moved out the account and used.
That money was put in the general fund, in the administrative fund, and a lot of that money was moved to streets and sidewalks, simply because we had to have some streets repaired, and $26,000 of that money went to the new kids' corner and the street in front of the school. And we are allowed to do that.
I beg your pardon, 2019 was the year that the kids' court was done.
Right,
So you're telling me that you didn't use it for the fund for the street that was by your house?
no,
You saved it?
that
Because
money,
the money was moved out prior to that, Shirley.
it
was
doesn't
moved
make
out
any
in
difference.
2018.
We can still use it in the 2018-19 budget. That's when it was set up. And that money was moved, not all of it, some of it was moved into streets. And that money, part of that money was used to do the school and kids' court. That's what the agreement we had with the school, and it was, what did I say, Tim? 24,000, 23,000, something like that.
20,000.
We paid the bulk share of the repaving up by the school and the kids' court. Some of the money that was in our Barca funds and our tax and oil tax money, gas and oil tax money, was already carried forward, and that's what we did Carbon Street with. I mean, it's not like, you know, we're trying to hide anything here. It's very,
I didn't say you were trying to hide anything. The money was moved out in 2018, and it says supplies.
it was moved out from that fund in the town late 2018. It wasn't early at all. It was way after Brenda had quit working.
There's a resolution in October to move that money from the fund,
Right.
and she's still working.
No, she wasn't. She quit September
I mean, not
18th.
October, June. The resolution was in June.
And that's when we did the resolution, so we could move the money when we needed it. And that is, I got a hold of the state and we went through the whole thing with Darla and made sure that we could do that. But it was combined with Barca funds and our gas and oil tax.
Well, it's not real clear in the resolution, and it's not real clear in the minutes.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but it wasn't, it was used for a good purpose, and we did have the state and the law on our side to do that, so.
I'm not saying you didn't have the state or the law on
Well,
your
no,
side.
but
I'm
you're-
saying it is when somebody comes to a January meeting and it's moved to a restricted fund, they are under the assumption that it's staying in a restricted fund. When you come back in June and it's moved to a fund for supplies and it's never discussed, even in the minutes, it's never discussed that this money is going to be moved into the street fund.
I'll have to double check that because I thought Brenda had put that in the minutes.
No, it's for supplies.
No, it shouldn't be for supplies at all. It was moved into the street fund. That money was used for the streets, to repair streets.
That's your word, and the minutes word is something else.
Well, we'll have to review that and fix it. Because that's what it was used for, the streets.
What did it say it was used for?
Supplies. That's what the minute says on the resolution. Or that's what the resolution
needs
says.
to be
The
amended.
resolution says for supplies. It doesn't say for
Supplies to fix the
streets.
streets.
Right, well, we need to look at the resolution and amend that. We cannot rescind the resolution.
Well, you've
But we
already done
can.
it. I don't think you can amend it where it's 2 years past. And you've already used it.
Well, that might be true, we'll see. I'll talk to Kyle about it and see.
Kyle's not on the phone.
Is he on the phone? What do you, Kyle, are you there?
Oh, that's what-
Where's that?
There,
The question was, is that in 2018, a resolution was passed to use funds from the sale of land by the city to a fund that was not,
Street repair,
I'm sorry,
for street repair.
The resolution
the
states
resolution
supplies.
stated it was supposed to be moved into a fund that was restricted. And then,
The resolution, the only resolution that you guys passed was that money being moved into a fund for supplies.
okay, the resolution from the sale of city property a couple of years ago, we had that, and the resolution was written stating that the money would be used for supplies. We moved the money into road and streets, and so a lot of that money was used to repair and repave 2 streets. So if you could look that up for me and give me, fax me or text me a legal opinion or email me so I can print it out.
Okay, I can work up something for you. We can chat about it in some more detail maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, cause I'd like to have that so that we know where we're gonna go with it. It's been 2 years ago, so I'm not sure what the problem is bringing it up now, but, there again, if you'd look at it and, let us know. And we'll go forward from there.
That's your plan?
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Is there any other public comment?
I'd like to say something. I think that with that overmilling that happened last year, I don't have the figures, but my guess is it would probably be around $100 per household that was overtaxed. I think that should be paid back to the citizens.
That as explained at the budget sessions where we went over the budget totally and met with the Department of Revenue. That money, because of a lower mill levy that you've been getting for the last 2 years and will get for the next couple of years, that's where you're gonna get your money back.
Well, it should be documented then,
It was
with the,
at the budget meeting.
I sure don't, I
I
sure didn't hear
mean,
anything about it.
The town attorney was right here and explained that.
I went to all the budget
along with
meetings and I
Kirsten.
didn't hear anything about it.
We'll check on it and see what's going on. Any other public comment? Next meeting date will be July,
do you wanna do it the day after the 4th of July weekend, or do you wanna wait the week after?
let's wait for the week after.
So, it will be July 13th.
July 13th,
We have to vote to change the date.
we
We do,
will at the
we'll
next
have-
mean.
We were gonna have to do
We'll
that.
have to do a
I'll talk to
resolution.
Kyle and we'll get all that stuff to put out so that we can, cause we have to make it publicized,
We have to
publicized
post it and then we
Post
have
it
to do a resolution.
for so long
too.
and then do the resolution and then do another 2 weeks and then another first reading, second reading. That would be amending the ordinance. But we changed all those rules, so we'll have to figure out exactly how long each set.
Right.
and it's all ready to go.
Well, I make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your input. Thank you.
This is not working.
I hope we don't have to do that again either, because that's the whole,
Oh, yeah.
that's the whole plan.
Some of it or all of it?
We're gonna